The ones who get it done. The most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger. Because we have professional-grade supplies for every industry, even hard-to-find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
benhow.com, askbenhow.com, or call them at 989-859-6751. Good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of Focus on WSGW. Today, we're going to focus on the Hemlock School District. And with us to help do that is the superintendent of the district. We say good morning to Don Killingbeck. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Art. How are you doing?
Hey, we're doing well. So how's the Hemlock School District doing these days?
I'll tell you what, Art, it's like a rocket ship ready to launch. Just so many exciting things going on. Great time of the year. Today we're graduating our 2025 seniors, so fantastic things ahead.
Today is commencement day?
Yes, wow. Commencement day.
Whoa. Yeah. How many graduates do you have? How big's the class?
Right around 100. And so our classes are right around 100 for our each grade. We got a couple that are a little bit bigger, a couple a little bit smaller.
I don't recognize that. I went to high school in New York City. My graduating class was 1,600.
No way.
Yeah, way. Yeah, way. And they all walked across the stage.
Oh, you probably had to have separate ceremonies, right? Or did they all?
No, it was one big ceremony. Yeah, it was just one big ceremony. It took all day practically. But that's a difference in education in different places. You know, it's every district, every school is different from the next. Hemlock certainly included in that because Hemlock is one of those standout districts in this area. What makes Hemlock so different?
I'm glad that you asked that, Art. I think that our focus on a couple different areas. One is that community. Our community partnerships are just outstanding, whether it be with our local businesses or Fortune 500 corporations like HSC or DuPont. Those connections are amazing. Fullerton Tools, Saginaw Control Engineer. I could go on and on and on. And so I think those strong community pieces are just really important, along with our commitment to things like STEM education and making sure that we're working really hard to address the employment pipeline and the needs that are out there for employers, that we're making sure that we're helping build that next generation of world-class employees that are going to help us launch this rocket.
So I have to ask this question. We hear a lot about STEM education, but STEM education can only be as successful as the amount of students that want to participate and want to learn. Do you find that the technical fields are attracting students today?
Well, for us, I think that we've built and designed our STEM program K-8, so all of our students from Hemlock Elementary, K. Seedling Elementary, Hemlock Middle School are part of a STEM class, and so that is very engaging and inviting. And then we have the Lockwood STEM Center, which is kind of a jewel for not only Hemlock Public School District, but for surrounding areas where we're doing coding, electronics, fabrication, and we're building robots and stuff. And so high interest, as you know, Art, we were the 2024 state champions for robotics.
Yep.
But, when you have programs like that are high interest, I think you are drawing future STEM workers into the field by doing that.
So let's talk about the district. And you had some construction projects concluded and going on, don't you?
Oh, yes. It feels like nonstop. We joked around on our social media recently because there's a crane that's actually right outside my current office helping build the future performing center, our performing center. I'm talking about performing arts center. Yeah, excuse me, performing arts center. right outside my door. And with that, we said, the crane might be our new mascot. And so we've got a lot of construction, a lot of progress. Our voters approved a tax-neutral bond in 2022, and there's been a shovel in the ground ever since. And so we recently, this year, opened up our Casey Ling Gymnasium. The summer before that, we onboarded our tennis courts, our Ron Kuhnholz tennis courts, and then a number of other initiatives. And then this year, in August, we'll be opening up our we're calling it the Legend Gymnasium, but it's going to be an amazing facility, about 1,300 seats, 3-lane walking track, a world-class weight room, wrestling room, and just very inviting space for our community, for our families, and for our student athletes and students in general. And so, wonderful space. That'll be coming on board in August, as well as our new and updated science classrooms at our high school, and then the following spring, our Performing Arts Center.
Let me ask you this. From the time, Don, you got into education to today, how different is it?
Art, I would love to romanticize the past, but it is so much better. I mean, I look at it and go, our focus is really on kids and delivering a high-quality education to them and to our families like never before. I mean, we're laser-focused on that. I'm not saying that in the past we weren't on mission, but we are more on mission today than we ever have been. And I think that in so many ways, education is evolved in a good way. Could we romanticize certain things? Yes. This morning, our team has been doing a book study, and we're doing a podcast on anxious generation and about how the smartphone and the tablets and all those kind of things have, some of the negative impacts of those influences. And, I got to say, we have to do a better job as educational leaders, as educators, as families, in creating good, healthy boundaries for our kids. But today is better than it's ever been before in my 30-year-plus career.
Is Hemlock a magnet school? Can people from other districts attend Hemlock?
Yes, we do have a limited school of choice policy. One of the things we recognize is, our district is so desirable and people want to live here and be here, but there's not any homes. If you look on the market right now, there's maybe a half a dozen in our whole school district. And so with that, we provide limited school of choice. And so often a family will say, hey, I want to live in Hemlock. This is the community I want to be part of. I'm moving to the area. And until a home comes available, I'm going to utilize or exercise school of choice and get my child or my children to attend. And then we're gonna make that move in the coming years. That said, it is limited, and we watch that and look at the numbers and make sure that our class sizes are appropriate, and that it makes sense for not only that family choosing us, but the families that are already here, and that it works from a budgetary standpoint too. And so it's a big process we do every year, twice a year. And families are lining up right now. There's a high interest for Hemlock Public School District and the education we're offering.
All right, Don, hang on. I got to take a break, and we will be back with Don Killingbeck. He is the superintendent of Hemlock Public Schools. We will also chat with Terry Henney in just a moment, who's out and about celebrating Northern Bay Ambulance during EMS Week. Let me talk about Krizak's House Family Restaurant, best place to go for your authentic home-cooked foods with a European flair at reasonable prices. Now's the time to think about getting together with friends and family for lunch or dinner, as well as events coming up soon. Graduations, confirmations, weddings, showers, anniversaries. Krizak's has an economical way for you to supply the food. You can order what you want in Polish and American foods and then just pick it up at the restaurant ready to go. Or better yet, have your celebration right there. And don't forget, at a moment's notice, Krizak's can help. Call them at 989-894-5531. Krizak's House Family Restaurant, corner of Cass and Michigan, on Bay City's south side.
Look, there goes another.
That's where we find Terry Henney this morning. Terry, good morning. What's going on?
Good morning, Arthur. Celebrating EMS Week here. We're at the Northern Bay Ambulance in Pinconning. Along with me right now is Paul Palmaville. Paul, understand you knew that we usually do this, and the only thing you have to do is provide the food, right?
We do. We're going to provide you good. You're going to eat well.
Yeah, there we go. The donuts are right on the table next to us.
How did I know that?
Firemen and ambulance, that's why they give us big pockets. We fill them up when we're there. You'll see those guys full of their pockets full of donuts and water.
Well, they deserve it. They do a lot of work, and what a great opportunity to celebrate their hard work.
Yeah, we got a good crew. A bunch of the fire departments will be up here today. The ambulance crew will be up here today. We invited some local, some out of our jurisdiction, some of their fire departments up here. So yeah, it'll be a good day.
Now, Paul, your responsibility up here in the Pinconning area?
I'm the chairman for Northern Bay Ambulance. I'm also a captain on the fire department.
And you've been doing this for a few years, haven't you?
25 years.
Been a good 25 years. And, of course, with Northern Bay Ambulance, they serve anybody that's, quite frankly, in need. And you get a lot of calls, don't you?
Yeah, so Northern Bay Ambulance serves Garfield Township, Mount Forest Township, Pinconning Township, and there's a lot of residents. We cover a lot of square miles.
Very good.
And again, for more information on it, all you got to do, Arthur, is take a look at EMS Week. You can Google that to get a little bit more information. And you want to check on Northern Bay Ambulance and how they're doing up here, you can do that as well. Our broadcast brought to you today by folks that hopefully they never have to use Northern Bay Ambulance. Nutrient Ag Solutions, serving farmers all across the mid-Michigan area. A whole lot more coming up on the Farm Show.
All right, Terry, we'll look for it.
From the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, you are listening to 100.5 FM and 790 AM. And from Stormmaster Exteriors, you are listening online at WSGW.com.
All right, back with you. It's commencement day at Hemlock Schools, Hemlock Public Schools. Don Killingbeck, the superintendent, with us this morning on Focus of Don. What do you want to tell us about Hemlock Schools today?
You know, one of the things that stands out is our holistic approach. You know, we're looking at, students more than learning machines, right? They're not widgets, and we're looking at the whole child. One of the things that comes to mind is we, as a district, have ensured that each building has some level of mental health support. And along with that, we also have a district-wide mental health practitioner to support our kids, wherever they're at, whatever their need might be. And taking that holistic approach also means that we try to get kids engaged and active. It saddens me almost when we look at things like, for example, school safety. The last thing we recognize is that students that are engaged in community, engaged in activity, are also making our schools safer. It's the safest thing we can do is get kids engaged. And so we look at things like athletics, robotics, theaters, is an opportunity to make our schools safer. And so getting them engaged in part of a community, obviously physical activity is important. We know that kids that are more active do better mentally, physically, emotionally. And so trying to include those things in, we're super excited. We got obviously our new gym is coming on board, but we're also getting ready to break ground here shortly on the Patrick Wolgast Fieldhouse. That'll be basically an indoor turf room that'll allow kids to practice softball, baseball, soccer, football, and golf year-round. Whether it's raining outside or not, we'll have a place for kids to go and be active and engaged.
Well, let me ask about a website where people can find out more about Hemlock Public Schools.
Yeah, so people can look us up on the web at Hemlock, HEMLOCKPS. So that's public school. So it's hemlockps.com. You can follow us on Facebook at Hemlock Public School District. Or Hemlock Schools. You can see us all over the place. We definitely want to connect. If you have questions, our principals or myself are more than willing to give a tour of our schools, which I think are among the cleanest in the country. Our buildings are super clean, super welcoming, and inviting for our students and staff.
All right. Well, Don, we'll talk to you again, but always appreciate learning about Hemlock Public Schools from you. Thanks for being with us.
Well, thank you so much, Art. And it's been too long, friend.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again. I'll have to get you in here for an hour.
Well, that might be too much.
Oh, come on, Don.
Well, I could easily spend an hour talking to you. It might be too much for the audience.
No, I doubt it.
Thank you so much, Art.
All right.
You have a great day.
Thanks, Don. Bye-bye now. That is Don Killingbeck. He is the superintendent of the Hemlock Public Schools. Coming up, Farm Service 790 with Farm Director Terry Henney and Matthew Lester next.
Did you know you can bring the